got 16 SMBs in 5 offices. He just crossed over $1 million in income. He's a champion at helping people and a very good friend of mine from Canada. Help me welcome Dave Boushehri.
Introducing at MGM's Grand Garden Arena, Executive Vice Chairman Dave Boushehri.
How's everyone doing?
Great!
How's everyone doing?
Awesome!
It's a pleasure to speak to you. Have you had a good convention so far?
Yay!
Are you ready to wrap it up strong? I have one request from you. I'll do all the talking, you say yes and no only. Is that okay?
Yay!
Okay?
Yes!
Awesome. It's a pleasure to speak to you. I'm just going to start telling you a little bit about my story. I came to Canada in year 2000 with my parents. Literally my father, right before we came, he lost absolutely everything in this business deal. We came to Canada with $4,000. And just as a 15-year-old teenager, I started working at this janitorial services company with my father. And I want you to imagine, while every one of these teenagers on the weekends, they're going actually to party, till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I would be cleaning offices with my father at age of 15. And I'm standing there and I'm working, I'm dusting those desks, and to myself, I'm telling myself, this is not why I came to this country. I know this is not long term. I know I'm gonna do something big. I know I'm gonna be someone. And that same kid, over the last 12 months, made $1 million in this company. I wanna tell you this, that anything you want, you can actually do it. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story. Fast forward for 8 years, 9 years in 2009. I studied engineering, but I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't happy with it. I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something bigger. So I was looking for an opportunity and WFG came to my life. I made a decision. I thought, I'm gonna do this all in. So I told my parents, I'm gonna move out of your house. I'm gonna go to another city, downtown Vancouver, and I'm gonna be 40 minutes away from you. I'm gonna start from zero. I'm gonna do everything there. And you know what? I'm gonna quit engineering. I'm gonna do this business full time. And my mom said, okay, you're 23, you're leaving our house, you're the only child of the family, you're quitting engineering, we don't even know about this company, we don't even like it. How about we don't support you, we don't talk to you, we don't do anything, we don't even speak to you for the next 6 months. Today you ask my mom, she's like, I told them to go to WFG. Money changes things, I tell you. So one of the biggest things I want to tell you, don't listen to negativity. Tell your associates, write this down from the very beginning. Don't listen to negativity because people, it's not that my mother didn't love me. My mother was telling me not to do this because it was a projection of her mind into me. She was looking at herself not being able to do this. So she was telling me not to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When people tell you not to do this, it's not that they don't love you. It's not that they want you to fail. They don't see themselves being able to do it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So I went at it. I moved out, I started this business, I started a little office on my own. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it everything. To the last drop of my blood, I'm gonna give it everything. I'm gonna do to the last day, I'm gonna work very hard and I'm gonna make it happen. And for a few months, with a $5,000 credit card, I quit my job. I went all in. With a $5,000 credit card, I started. I ran meetings, I worked. I didn't know nothing, I just worked. And I never forget, after a few months of not making any money, one very cold night in 2009, I got to the last $20 in my pocket. I never forget this. I said, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna get some food from McDonald's. As you understand, I don't do McDonald's anymore now. But I went down to get that food and I see this homeless guy sitting in front of the store, shivering, really cold. And I said, why don't you get a hostel or something? Why don't you go out there and get something? And he says, I need 15, 20 bucks. I gave that $20 to him. I went up that night. I didn't have food. I had literally cereal with even no milk. Dry cereal. But you know, when in your heart you've done everything that you're so proud of, you know that you already gave it everything. Does that make sense to you? And I was happy, I was proud, but I was worried. I was worried on what the hell am I gonna do as of tomorrow? And then the next day, from the office that I registered, they called me, they're like, Dave, come down here, it's like 40 minutes away. I'm like, I don't even have gas money. He said, come down here, you have to come. I made it down there somehow. And I went there, and they handed me an envelope. And I opened that up, and it's my first check from WFG for $5,400. That changes your life, say yes.
Yes.
I knew I could do a different thing now, and I knew I'm capable of doing this. So that's where we are today. So I want to share some stuff with you. Is that okay to take some notes? I have 5 minutes, yes? Yes. Tell you what, you hear this all the time. WFG doesn't work. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Yes? Do you agree with it? Does WFG work?
No.
Wrong. WFG does not work. You gotta go to work.
True.
WFG doesn't work, you gotta go to work. I was afraid to say this. I thought they're gonna cut my mic at the part that I said WFG doesn't work. But you see, you gotta go to work. WFG is nothing but a platform, yes or no?
Yeah.
Write this down for yourself. WFG is a gym. Isn't it ridiculous to sign up for a gym and then expect to get a six-pack? I signed up for this gym, I haven't shown up for the past 2 months. This damn thing doesn't work. People got to understand that this is the most amazing platform in the world. And I'm a very opportunistic person. If there was anything else, I would look at it. But this is absolutely the best. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Give it all you have. Give it all you have. I want to share this thing with you. A lot of people come up to me and they tell me, Dave, you do a lot of, numbers, a lot of good production. You do a lot of even personal production. What is it? Do you just have a lot of personal clients? Do you run a lot of meetings? Sorry, do you have just personal clients? Do you have wealthy clients? Do you just do this? No, 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 no. You want to know the reality? I work like a machine. I run 7 to 8 meetings every day, and all of that is field training. As a matter of fact, for the past 2.5, 3 years, 4 years, I've rarely had a personal client. It's about running meetings back to back. Write this down for yourself. WFG business is a momentum-based business. It's a momentum-based business. It's very hard to gain momentum. Very easy to lose, yes or no? Very hard to gain momentum, very, very easy to lose. You want to measure your momentum right now? Open up your calendar. Take a look at your calendar for the next week, for the next 2 weeks, see how many meetings you have. And that doesn't have to be always new meetings, just face-to-face, sitting with people, just giving it everything you have. You can only control 2 things you've heard, attitude and your what? Activity. That's all you gotta do, you gotta work, and over time, write this down, the name of the game is consistency. If you're gonna make something happen, it's about being consistent. No one in this world has made anything happen with just going washy and not come up. You're either full-time or you're a part-timer. We don't have some-timers. Do you understand that? Can you say yes?
Yes.
So measure your momentum by the activities that you do. Make sure you give it absolutely everything that you have, okay? Understand something. You gotta lead by example. You gotta lead from the very front. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Do you know why you have to lead from the front? Because your team listens to your action. Sees your action, doesn't listen to your word. I always say, be so busy that your team understands that you want them. You don't need them. Does that make sense? If you're gonna lead them, they need to understand that you don't need them. Do you understand me? And I'm gonna finish with this. I hear a lot of people coming up and say, many of you, one day, Dave, I'm gonna do this. One day I'm gonna do a big thing. One day I'm gonna be big. One day I'm gonna go all in this company. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yes.
You're getting it all wrong. Write this down. It's not one day. If you heard this, it's amazing. It's day one. It's not one day. It's day one. You need to make a decision and make it your day one. And I tell you something. Your jobs, write this sentence down, your jobs will make you a living. This business will give you a life.
Woo!
This business will give you a life. So I want you to promise me one thing and promise yourself going out of this convention, that you came here and you made a decision that it's not one day that you're looking for. Make today your day one. Today will be your day one. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Introducing your host of